good enough.
Another level up. Let's go. What's up everyone, and welcome back to another Outriders video. My name is Ben Lee. Today we're going to look at a way to power level up to max level in as little as about 4 hours. Depends on a few things like your choices of world tier and mods, but we're going to get into that a bit later in the video. For now though, I've got some background footage of my Technomancer just leveling. We are pushing through at the quarry, but you'll be able to see through this video how quickly the experience bar, which is the blue bar at the top middle of the screen, actually goes up for every time you complete a section of the game. So to start with guys, the first thing I want to talk about is your world tier. This is important because it doesn't matter which one you're on, because the amount of experience that the mobs give you or as you progress through the storyline stays the same irregardless of if you're on world tier 1 or if you're on world tier 5. So if you want to level fast, keep your world tier low, but this all comes down to how quickly you want to get through the game and do you care about the storyline or not. Maybe this is the second time you've gone through and you just want to get through the storyline as quickly as possible and be able to get to expeditions, so I'd recommend keeping it low. Loads of people are always auto setting the highest available world tier and it will just make it really difficult for themselves, and if you want a challenge then go for it. You can get some nice rewards as you go up. I think it's about 12 here that you start to get legendary weapons, so you can get some rewards there, but one of the most important things is when you get to end game, world tiers don't really mean anything because you have a separate system for your expeditions. So if you want to speedrun, keep your world tier low and blitz through. It'll make you feel like a badass anyway. So anyways, my second tip is I would recommend a gun that has some kind of AoE, something like Concentration Blast or Bone Shrapnel, which is absolutely fantastic. Even things like Minefield. If you can get some AoE damage when you get a big pack of monsters, you'll be able to blow them up real quickly and be able to progress really fast. So in my opinion, it's very important to get something like that. Another thing I would recommend as well is getting a mod like Perpetua Mobile. You instantly replenish your magazine if you kill them with 35% or less, so that you don't have to reload your gun all the time. So AoE damage, no reloads, is a surefire way to be able to blitz through the game. If this is going to be your second character, consider going back to your first character, getting some weapons with these mods on, putting them in your stash, and then that way when you get your second character to be able to access the stash, you'll be able to get these out of the stash, break them down, learn the mods, and then apply them to your weapons. It is actually quite cheap to do so, and it will only cost you leather and iron, so I wouldn't worry about that. You'll get plenty of that throughout the game, so feel free to mod your gear as you go. For example, for myself, I'm using the Earthborn Renegade's Assault Rifle, which is from the DLC. You see I have Bone Shrapnel on there, that's the AoE damage I was talking about. That's where you can see in the footage everything exploding. Then I have Toxic Lead, which instantly replenishes 40% of the ammo in my magazine if I kill something affected by toxic, so I use toxic bullets. Bloodlust, which is killing shots increase your firepower. Dum Dum Bullets, which is assault weapon damage. Mitigation from death, which is so I don't die. Aiming down sights grants armor and stacks up to 3 times. And lastly, I have Crit Stack, so when I'm getting my critical hits, I can build up some extra firepower. But the most important out of these, I would say, is Bone Shrapnel, Toxic Lead, and Bloodlust. These 3 mods combined will really give you a nice boost to be able to push through the game really quite quick. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is should you do the side quests, the beast hunts, and the wanted? And if you're trying to power level, the answer is no. What I would recommend is to pick them up when you're there, because you can always go back and do them later on, but you get the most experience just doing the main story quest. So you want to be able to push through that really quickly. So as I say, pick them up as you're going along, but don't actually do them. Save them for later if you're purely focused on leveling as quickly as possible. So ignore them for now and just do the main story. You'll see towards the top left of the screen, just under the minimap, the quest that has a yellow circle with a black star in the middle. That is your main quest, so keep doing that and you'll be on the right track to level up incredibly quickly. In regards to your items, keep a lookout for any pieces that might be like a god tier role. So if you're looking, for example, as a trickster and you're looking for cooldown reduction, firepower, and close range damage, then keep an eye out for like any boots or helmets or anything that might have those on, especially if they've got a nice mod, and whack them in your stash for later on. But other items than that, break them down, get the leather, get the iron, and use that to upgrade your items as you go through the game. You can always swap items in and out as you go along. It doesn't cost very much, as I said. said, to be able to equip mods once you've got them. So don't be afraid to use your resources, keep your gear relevant. If you're leveling up any of your rare items, which are the blue pieces, they only cost iron or leather to be able to upgrade. So before you improve their rarity, which will cost titanium, and then it'll cost titanium to level them up, you can keep them as blue. They'll still be really relevant and really decent on lower world tiers, and it will save you your titanium for the end game, but you can still level up those weapons. Yes, you'll only have one mod per piece of gear, but it's still really decent pushing through the storyline. When it comes to your skill tree, guys, you just want to go up through, in my opinion, through damage. I've just gone up the pestilence tree, just taking all your weapon damage, etc. as you go through. I'm not particularly focusing on ordnance damage, I'm not focusing on sniper damage here, I'm focusing on assault weapons. So my next point here, I've got sniper or I've got assault weapon. Obviously I'm going to go with the assault. So just pick yourself a nice damage build, in my opinion, to be able to just push through even faster, get all that damage out, and just absolutely smash this level in. Alright, so that's what I've got for you today, guys. If you like this video, give it a nice big thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I will be making more videos on Outriders, more guides, and more like loot runs, etc. So you can really get the best out of this game. I'll be doing a guide once my Techno is at max level, but also my Trickster, which is max level. I'll be doing my guide build for that one, for which I smashed the late game expeditions. So if any of that sounds good for you, hit that subscribe button. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you think I've missed anything, leave it in the comments below. Maybe I can cover it in another video. And until then, I'll leave you with a bit of gameplay footage. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. So for any of you guys that have made it this far, a little bonus tip for you guys: the mini-map in the top left is your best friend. When you kill something and there's a lot of animations going on in your face, maybe explosions, and there's blood and stuff everywhere, right? Use your mini-map to see where the enemies are. Turn that way, you can then go straight through them. I found that to be quickest. A lot of the time I actually take my eyes off the main section of the screen to look at that, and then to end up turning into the direction of the red dots.
I've got all the lithium.
Excellent. Bring them on back and I can finish building the purifier.